Hilary Swank, the stress level that you have caused me the past 2 days watching this show, I cannot even, I'm like, I want to give you like reach in and give you a big hug.
Oh, here.
I mean, obviously my first question for you two is would you go? If the stakes weren't as high, could you conceivably see yourself going?
I could definitely go to the moon. Like, that's the amount of time that I would sacrifice. And I'm a huge adventurer, and I wanted to be an astronaut before I wanted to be an actor. So yes, but all the way to Mars, 3 years, a little too much for me.
And Hilary, okay, let's say we were all going to go to Mars. We're taking it. And what creature comforts would you need on Mars? Like, would you need a certain restaurant, some stores? Like, what would you need up there?
I would need my dogs. That's pretty much it. That's my creatures of comfort. And if I could, it's the second would be my parrot. Oh, and I shouldn't forget my husband.
I love these, your dog.
Wait, is that your parrot? Am I hearing your... That's your parrot,
that's my parrot. All the way in the other part of the house, too.
And Vivian, okay, let's say you were going to go to Mars. What kind of creature comforts would you need on Mars? Like, would you need certain restaurants or stores? Like, what are some of your favorite things that you would need to have on Mars to make you feel comfortable?
Chinese restaurant? Chinese food?
Okay, just Chinese, but Vivian, Chinese from China or Chinese American? Because it's two different things.
Chinese, authentic Chinese food. In particular, xiaolongbao and green leaf veggies. Yes.
Okay. Mark, what would you need?
Netflix.
You're already getting the check. The check's in the mail, Mark. What else? Talitha, now I understand your nickname is Teacup. And on our show, we like to spill a little tea. So in your life, do you like to get the tea or do you like to spill the tea?
I would like to avoid all of it. Basically, not a big drama person. Both my sisters are very dramatic. They're drama queens, and somehow I always get deeply involved. I guess I would rather get the tea. I'd rather hear about it than be directly involved in it.
How about that I have no idea what you guys are talking about? Okay, so you're called Little T?
Yeah.
No, I'm not really called Teacup anymore. That was like a nickname a while ago that I squashed. Thank you for bringing it back up. No, I'm just kidding.
Mr. Blake, sorry. Thank you guys so much. I freaking love the show. It was such a roller coaster. It was awesome.
Thank you.
Mom, I love you. Why did you have to do this? We will return home.
You're my reason to hold on tight.
Right. Okay. So first, you stressed me out when you left The Good Wife. Okay. So even then, I was like stressing, and you managed again to stress me the hell out. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I don't know. I guess you just need to chill. I mean, you have a rocket, you have a spaceship behind you, so maybe that's, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm sorry that I've caused you so much stress. I certainly didn't mean to. My apologies. We're all going through a global pandemic, and I don't need to glom on or, add any of that to your, I'm sure like all of us, our plates are very full.
Now, I feel like your character, he's always tasked with solving things. Are you yourself good with solving puzzles or, solving problems?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I'm good at it. I like to sort of, I have an analytical mind, so I do like to dig into material things, pieces that I see, scripts that I read, books, movies. So I sometimes, I like puzzles too. I'm sometimes good at them. I don't know if I'm always good at them, but I'm definitely not an engineer, so I don't have that as a background, or I certainly did some research for it, but that's not my strength. But in terms of like problem solving, text and character stuff, I think that's kind of my puzzle for what I do.
Okay, so let's say I'm going to send you to Mars. Josh is going to Mars. I want to know what is on Josh's ideal Mars. Like, what stores are there? What bars or restaurants, or what do you got to have to feel comfortable on Mars?
Pizza.
Okay. Now I need you guys to be brutally honest. And Atto, I'm going to start with you.
Yes.
Does Ray have what it takes to become an astronaut? Like, what do you think? Would you trust him?
Absolutely. What I love about Ray is that he's very deferential and very humble, but then he'll do something and he'd be like, "Oh, that sucked," and I'll be like, "Ray, that was freaking amazing." And he's like, nah, mate. And I'm like, no, that was amazing. I don't, and so that's what I love about Ray. I'd follow Ray anywhere because he's so humble. It's great.
First of all, I didn't know that you didn't have an accent. So bravo. Oh my God. I was like, who is this guy? Oh my God. I literally had I thought that was your real voice the whole time I was watching the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Now, Ray, does Atto have what it takes? Because I heard that you guys would go to Mars. This is the word on the street.
Well, does Atto have what it takes? Absolutely. But he has more what it takes to be president. So I've been doing this press junket for 2 days with this guy. He is the most articulate, incredible, knowledgeable man that has amazing ideas and just articulates himself so beautifully that I think, let's hope this show is so huge that Atto can run for presidency after. That would be amazing. So he may not have what it takes to get to Mars, but he may have what it takes to get his people to Mars. How about that?
Yes. All right. I'm for it. Now I want to ask each of you guys, let's say you were going to come up here to Mars, because that's where I am right now, obviously.
Beautiful.
Yeah. What creature comforts do you need up there? Do you need like a Starbucks? Do you need what kind of stores, restaurants? What are your go-to picks that you would put on Mars?
Oh, I would need Americanos every morning, quadruple shot. I would also need my records, and I would also need some good single malt. That's for me. Then I'll be pretty good.
And Ray, what are your
favorite outfits?
Okay, favorite outfits.
Easy. That's easy. That's easy. It's a television, a cinema-sized screen, and a Netflix subscription. Boom. What more do you need?
You're already getting paid by Netflix. You don't have to keep plugging them, right? Like the check's already in the mail.
But it's the amount of content. It's the amount of content that would last me 3 years on Mars.
Okay, that's
right?
valid. That's valid. Atto, are you good with endurance and sacrifice? Because I feel like this journey takes a lot of endurance, a lot of sacrifice.
I thought I was, but you know what? Going out to space for like 3 years, I used to think that was the coolest thing in the world. That looks too hard. And again, where am I going to get my Americanos? Where am I going to get my whiskey? Where am I going to get my great restaurants? Can't bring my whole wardrobe out there. So nah, I'm good. I'm just going to stay here on the planet.
Ray, talk to me about working on the wires, because, you know, I've been watching this show the past 2 days. I am in full belief that you guys were flying the whole time, even though I know you're not. But is it uncomfortable? Is it weird? Like, are they plugging you in weird ways?
It's incredibly uncomfortable to start with, especially when you have no core, like I didn't when I first arrived in Vancouver, and you get in these wires and you're like, I can't even stand up properly. And then, of course, with a lot of practice and an amazing team guiding us through, amazing stunt team that we had, guiding us through on a daily basis, by the end of it, we were able to navigate it, and we were up in the air doing flips, showing off, and auditioning for Cirque du Soleil.
What about you, Atto? How did you find working on the wires and stuff?
It was hard, but then there was a day I stepped out of the shower and I was like, bro, nice. That wire work is hard, but yeah, it is. I love the trick of pulling something off such that somebody like you watching it thinks that we're really flying. Do you know what I mean? And I love that it's a simple trick. It's Peter Pan. Any sort of sixth grade play you've seen, that's all that's happening. We're being yanked up by wires and we have to look like we're floating. And when I watch the show, I go, oh my God, we did it. We did it. This crazy thing. We actually did it. So there's nothing that's making me more happy than that part.
Ray, did you have kind of because I'm watching the show, it kind of made me think about just mankind and how, you know, space travel or anything is just bigger than us. And there's so much stuff going on in the world. But how did you feel kind of rewatching the show in terms of what it might mean to people?
Well, first of all, I enjoyed it, and it was just incredible to see all the hard work that all the amazing people have put into this show, and to see how beautiful it is. But what was amazing for us, one of the most profound moments is talking to Mike Massimino, who was an astronaut that was guiding us through the whole any questions that we had, essentially. And he's been a supporter of the project from the off, I believe, and he thought it had extreme authenticity, and what Andrew created was incredibly authentic. So he was supporting us, and we had access to him. And I remember asking him this question about what he believes when he goes out into space. What does he feel? What does he believe? And he said that he has been out in space with both people of extreme faith, atheists, scientists, and what it tends to do is enhance their belief. So if you're a person of faith, it enhances your belief in intelligent creation. If you're a scientist and or you're an atheist, it enhances your belief in science and how this is all created. I said to him, what do you believe? And he said that when he looks at the beauty of Earth from space amongst everything else, he believes this to be that to be heaven that we talk about. And that really struck with me, and it was beautifully profound. I've never forgotten it. And it just makes me think that if we all could have a moment, each of us on this planet could have one moment where we could go up and look at the Earth from above and see that no borders exist, and that is a completely man-made construct, then perhaps we would treat ourselves, each other, and the planet in a much better way.
You see how brilliant he is, but then he's humble. Like that. What did I say at the beginning of this conversation?
Well, I feel like I just brought down a really funny interview by being too serious.
No.
Well, mix it together. I'll mix it together. Thank you guys.
Okay.
The show was fucking brilliant. I absolutely loved it, and bravo. Thank you guys
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Peace.
Thank you, Andrew. And cut.